today the project is going to be rewiring the whole thing. So I'm going to rewire it from scratch. Show you guys how I do that, so you can see, if you want to wire your own trailer up. And then I'll also go through and install a new light, because one of the back lights is messed up. So I'm going to install a new light there. And yeah, that's the project for today. Okay, so this is the old light. It's obviously broke off. So we're going to take this off, see what we have behind here, and then see if the new one I have is going to fit on here. Okay, so I just went and got out of my little kit over there 2 screws that fit up in there. Then just gonna feed these down out of the way. This comes through. So then over on this side, you can take your ground wire, your white wire, and just feed it right to the back of the screw here. Tighten these down. Okay, so that's on there nice and sturdy. So now we have our new line for the red, not red. We have our line for the green and the brown over here that will feed back. Basically replacing this line here. So we're going to keep this bracket. This is the tag bracket. It's not in the best shape, so I'll probably end up getting a new one at some point, but it'll work for now. Set that up out of the way. Clip these off. So this one's working, so we're just going to reuse this light. It has the tag bracket light, and then we'll rewire in these when we bring the new one back across. So now I'm just going to remove all the old wires. Okay, so from here with the wiring kit, it really is a pretty simple process. Just going to take your white wire as your ground. Usually that goes to a ground somewhere right in here. So I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's a grounding wire right in there. So that's going to go to ground it to the frame. And then it really is just as simple as your green and brown lines run back all the way underneath down to the back light, and then also stop off at the indicator for the tail light. So it's going to go back along the side, tie into the indicator, and then all the way back to the end for the tail light. And then the red, not your red, I keep saying red, then the yellow and brown goes off to the other side. So driver's side is yellow, passenger side is green. If that helps you remember it. Okay, so I got these run all the way underneath, bringing it out to here. So now we're just going to wire it up to the tail light on this side. So strip these back a little bit. Okay, so we're just testing this out. So we have the tail light on the right side blinking, and then the tail light on the left side blinking. I think what was happening was my ground had just gotten rust or something over it, because again, this is an old trailer. So I went ahead and just grinded this down. Just used the DeWalt grinder, grinded this down a little bit. I'm gonna test that again and see if that doesn't clear up the issue. If you've wired everything correctly and you're noticing that you're just getting weird reactions, one of the first things to test is that your ground has an issue. Because if your ground is not right, then you'll get the path of least resistance basically, and you'll get some other weird interactions. So we'll test that, see if that fixed it, and we'll be good to go. Okay, so that did go ahead and fix it. So now you can see with the left turn signal on, the left goes, the right doesn't. And then with the right turn signal, the right, and both these go, and the left doesn't. So just something to definitely keep in mind. If you ever have an issue where you know you've wired everything correctly, but it's acting strange, just make sure your grounds are actually getting grounded properly to bare metal. Okay, so that's the rewiring for the trailer. If you guys have any questions, or if anybody has a better way to do it, please leave them down in the comments. If you have any questions about issues you're having rewiring something, please feel free to put that down, and I'll try and reply to that as well.